May 5th, 05, Cinco de Mayo at the New York Institute for the Criminally Insane, or Nietzsche.
Hey, come on, don't leave me with all the work.
Sorry, Lee, it's just,
I know, Donovan, you and your books.
the world's books, Leonarda. And each one is a treasure trove for infinite knowledge. Anthologies, encyclopedias, dictionaries.
Pictionaries, Scrabble, Jenga.
Go ahead, Leonardo da Nietzsche. Make jokes. But these fictions and fantasies and sci-fis and mysteries and the love and the sadness and fear and strength and everything from the entire collection of mankind's imagination are all waiting to be explored. Like little puzzles we have the honor to solve.
It's different than a puzzle, though. I mean, am I right?
Different how?
Come on. I've seen you walk right past a crying person, but wrap a 4th edition in neatly groomed leather bindings. You treat books better than you treat people. Treat their family. Hell, you treat books like they're your lovers. I thought that's why you were in here.
At any rate, books shouldn't ever be underestimated.
Donovan,
Yeah?
how long have you been working this shift?
About 20 minutes now?
No. I mean, how long have you and I been assigned to clean the Nisi library?
Probably a year, every Thursday and Sunday.
Why do they make us do it?
Busy work, free labor, laziness, take your pick.
What would make anybody think in their right mind that assigning mental patients to unsupervised labor would be a good idea?
Busy work, free labor, laziness, take your pick.
I've thought about it for about a year now, waking up every Sunday morning, wondering why they have us cleaning up this library when we could be somewhere else.
Or someone else. If you're like Craig with his split personality disorder.
We could be doing something better with our time.
Like what?
Going to church. And what's so funny about that?
Remember when Craig tried to give the sermon, but then suddenly he believed he was God and the devil? Classic Craig.
I'm serious.
Look, I'm not much of a religious person.
But if you were...
But I'm not.
But if you were, how would you feel about them making you clean a library instead of performing a religious obligation?
I don't have the capacity for obligations, hence why I'm in here in the first place.
That reminds me.
I didn't fuck a book, if that's what you've been wondering.
Well, I had to ask, didn't I? Don't you realize that we have been spending a year together every week, and we never once talked about what each other did to get in here?
Yes, I do realize that every single afternoon when I go back to my room and thank whatever deity that you believe in that you went one more day without asking me. To be frank, it's been nice.
Why wouldn't you want to know?
Why would I want to ruin this? This is nice. I don't need to hear how you axe murdered a bank teller for giving you a crumpled up 5, or how you went Norman Bates on the last guy you flirted with.
I didn't exactly... Wait, what do you mean, the last guy I flirted with?
Well, obviously, I'm referring to how badly you want me with all the flirting you've been doing.
Oh my God. You are so sure of yourself, aren't you?
Look, Leonarda, you can deny it all you want, but it's okay. You can...
I'm not into you!
Jeez, no need to be so loud. This is a library.
Leonarda silently vets her frustration via aggressively wiping a table and muttering. Donovan picks up a book and looks at it for a long time.
Have you ever read the Sarah series?
I think I've heard of it. Really popular mystery slasher series, isn't it?
It's horrifying. Some could even consider it traumatizing. But the latest one, it's his masterpiece. People are calling it his ode to thrill, if you will.
Who's the author?
Well, for years, nobody knew. He always wrote under the pseudonym Anonymous. And an ominous anonymous he was. I tried hard to get a copy signed, but he never went public. Never took any credit or told a single soul who he was. Not even his publisher. But last month, he was institutionalized.
You speak about him with admiration. I've never seen you this passionate about humans.
I always felt like he understood me. His stories always connected somehow. As if he was feeling my pain and putting them onto paper. I never even know who he or she was. I know it's stupid, but I felt like it was fate. Fate that I was to fall in love with these books.
Was it? Was it fate after all?
No. Probably not.
Why is that?
He used to be a beacon of hope for the insane, like me. His stories resonated with me because he felt the pain, but still managed to become talented and successful. Now I know the real truth. The crazy ate him up too. But there's no escaping it.
But how do you actually know?
Because he's not my new roommate.
And that's not fate?
Why would fate ruin my perception of hope for salvation in this world?
Fate works in mysterious ways, they say.
Do you want to know a real example of cruel fate? When this book came out, his final scripture, I read the thing from cover to cover about a man and wife who break into a young engaged couple's house and beats them, then tie them up in the basement while they bury his fiancée alive.
Jesus, that's terrifying. I've had dreams about that sort of thing happening.
Right? The man eventually escapes and gets to the police, but when he brings them back to the house, she's already dead.
Did they catch the deranged couple?
Oh, they did. Sent them away to a mental hospital just like this one. They were both allowed to leave again after the first decade. Deemed fit for society again.
Just like this one. Ugh. I couldn't even imagine. It would be like meeting Charles Manson.
When I first came to this hospital, I had another roommate. His name was something average. Seemed like a normal old average Joe to me. Just a bad man with a curled mustache. Till I made the same mistake you were about to make. I asked him what he did to get in here. What he told me, I had never actually heard of something like it happening. I had never heard of such an iniquitous tale of almost paranormal-like entities spoken about as calmly as he did. Till I read this book.
Was it even more disturbing than the book?
No. It was exactly the book.
Oh shit! It was the same guy!
When I read this book last week, I realized that it was true. Everything that happened in the book was real, and happened to real people, and it can happen to anyone. Intruder and victim, both insane, and both of these men had, at one time, slept 6 feet away from me.
I don't even know what to say to that.
Yeah, his name's Clark Bradshaw. The author's name, I mean.
We need to go. We need to go. We need to go.
Go? Where? Go where? Why are we going?
Anywhere. We're done here. We're done with this hospital. We need to go.
There's nowhere to go, Lee.
This is not where I'll die.
At least they're trying to help.
I don't want to be the protagonist in this paperback book on the $5 shelf, Donovan. Our lives are miserable enough as it is. But maybe if we ran away to a better place, I could be the protagonist of some comedy. I'll bet a tragic comedy, and then we'd have something to say to our kids one day, instead of them remembering us here in Nisi.
How did you know I have a kid?
You know an awful lot about children's books.
We can't just leave.
Yes, we can. We're here voluntarily, aren't we?
I can't just go.
We just sign ourselves out.
I can't just go.
Pack our things. It'll only take a few...
I killed my son!
He realizes what he did and kneels down next to the book that he just threw, checking it in silent remorse. He picks it up and holds it.
I was on the last chapter of the newest book in my favorite series. She asked me to drive the kids. I thought I could finish it while I was driving. It was day. It's not like I could have seen headlights. My son Garrett is gone, just so that I could find out how Sarah died. My daughter Ashley will never be the same. I need help. I can't just go.
You don't need drugs. You can get better with adventure.
Would I really be better that way?
Who cares? I don't care, Donovan. As long as our life together can be your next book. As long as it can be the reason you turn the page.
You're not right in the head.
I can live with that. I can live with myself. Can't you?
I've always been a hypocrite, Lee. I always gave a good goddamn how hard my words would hit. But I can't go. As much as I want to give in to your peer pressure, I can't. I'd be worse off than I am now in this hospital if I always held my tongue and just did what others wanted.
I won't force you to. But it's time to make the most of our chapter that's begun, Donovan. So I'm asking you to please come with me.
And if I don't?
I'm going. Either way.
Donovan slowly sits down, then looks at the book cart for a moment before grabbing one with no cover and gently dusting it off with care before handing it to her. He looks Leonarda right in the eyes.
Here, take this. You're gonna need something good to read on your adventure.
She slowly reaches out and grabs it, opening to the title page. She gives an expression of thoughtful curiosity and looks back at him.
Why this one?
It might resonate with you.
Leonarda wraps the book up in a nearby cloth or towel.
It's been an interesting day. I'm glad I know you.
Yeah. Me too.
She exits. Lights down.
I wish that I could be the protagonist in some tragic comedy. Then would we have something to say? Or the bad man with the curled mustache, or an ominous, iniquitous, paranormal entity. Would I be better that way? Well, I don't care as long as I can be the reason you turn the page. I guess I can live with myself.